I think we are live. Hey, friends, how are you doing tonight? Let me pull it up here on my phone so I can see comments. My name is Christy.
And
I
I'm
am co-owner of Creative Business Builders with
Kara right here.
Kara. I live in Kentucky
And
and
I live
just south of Louisville, Kentucky.
and I live in Zanesville, Ohio, which is frigid cold right now.
Gretchen's on here with us. Hello, Gretchen.
Hey.
We are going to chit chat tonight about your Facebook business page.
What's wrong?
What?
That look on Christy's face. It's like, oh gosh.
We what do we want to say about the Facebook business page?
Well, we want to know, have you set your Facebook business page up correctly? Do you have your cover image? Is it relevant to your page? Does it show someone in a blink of an eye what it is that you do, who it is that you serve, and how you serve them? And what does your call to action look like? Are you getting good feedback on your call to action? Are people actually clicking on the button? Are they doing what you're asking them to?
I'm going to stop you right there. Explain what you mean by call to action.
Call to action is whatever it is that you want somebody to do when they land there. So let's say that somebody is brand new to your Facebook page and they click over and they see, for example, for my page, they see painting. It says learn to paint at home. The next thing is I need to ask them to do something, and I need them to do that something. So do I want them to learn more? Do I want them to shop now? Those are call to actions, whatever that next action is that you're calling them to do.
Let me see if I can do this. Oh, I can screen share. We're on Zoom. I can screen share. We're on Zoom.
You're so silly.
Just dawned on me. Okay, let me share my screen. Share. Alrighty, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Screen.
Okay, I've got two screens, so I gotta look over here. I'm not gonna be looking at my camera.
That's okay.
So right here is our call to action. We want you to join our free group. That's what we want you to do. We're business owners. We want to get you more involved with us. We want to get you more involved in the things that we're doing, and we are more active in our free group than we are on our business page because it's a closer community. So our call to action is visit our group. So Kara, our amazing graphic designer, because she's thebomb.com. Is that still a thing? Do people still say that?
I don't know. I think we're getting old.
She made this graphic for us, and she put a big fat arrow right here that says, hey guys, we want you to join our free group, and we'll give you something free if you do. So we're not just telling them to do something. We are going to give them something in return for doing what we want them to do.
Right. Which is always a good hook. If you can give something away for free and let them have a taste of what it is that they're going to experience when they do business with you, that's usually a big plus.
Yes. So our free download is our blueprint to success. It's the steps that we want to give you to, it's the steps that we think you should take to create a successful and profitable business. And when we say successful and profitable, we don't just mean money. We mean it might be more money in the bank, but we want you to have success with what you think success is. Success to me is not necessarily more money in the bank. It's freedom in my time so that I can spend more time with my family.
Right. Well, and that's what I had a situation Christy and I just discussed yesterday. I was supposed to be at a vendor event tonight. And yesterday I was just not feeling good about it. We've had snow days out the wazoo. And I said something to Christy and she said, does it get you closer to your goal? And my goal for my personal business this year is to grow my virtual paint party. Well, I knew I'm not getting any virtual paint party customers at this vendor event. And it wasn't sitting right with me, and it did not make sense. And so that was not going to be successful for me. And so I had to say no. I had to say no at the last minute. But so for me, success means hitting those goals where my family can be first, where I can, like tonight, instead of being at a vendor event, I was at my son's wrestling banquet. Much more important to me.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we got off on a rabbit trail. I don't even know where we were going with that. But back to your Facebook page. You want to have your call to action. Oh, we were talking about successful and business.
Yes.
Yeah. What our blueprint, what we were giving you. That's what we were talking
about. And it's what we want to walk you through for the next 12 months. Like that blueprint that we give out for free is what we base our entire 12-month program for our builders on. So we walk them through each individual step in that order to help them build a successful, whatever that means to them, and profitable business.
And creating a successful and profitable business is not something that happens overnight. Kara and I say this back and forth to each other all the time. This is a marathon, not a sprint. You're not going to get there overnight. And if you are being told that you're going to get there overnight, they're not telling you the truth, because it's not possible. It is not physically possible to create a successful business overnight. It takes time. And so that's why we spanned it out over 12 months so that we can help to take it slower so you don't get overwhelmed and stressed out, because most creatives get what happens, Kara?
They get burnout.
They're done. This is too hard. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. It's too hard. I'm throwing in the towel. But that's not what we want for you. We want to help you slowly get where you want to go in feasible steps so that you can still work on your business while you're doing it. You're just not rushed to get it all done quickly.
Right. And one of the sayings that Christy and I say every now and then when we're having a moment is failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. So if you're not failing, I don't want to say throwing things against the wall and seeing what sticks, but honestly, if you're not failing in your business, you're probably not moving forward.
It's so true. So true. You have to take those chances just to see what works. You really don't know what works until you try it. You kind of got to throw the spaghetti at the wall and see if it'll stick.
That's right.
So going back to Facebook, let's go back to our Facebook pages. How many times do you recommend that we post on the Facebook page?
At least twice a day.
And what do you recommend that we post?
Well, your post should not be about your product or service or whatever it is that you're selling more than 25% of the time. So if you're only posting twice a day, only 1 out of every 2 days are you actually going to post content that is salesy or your products and services. The rest of the time, you are giving content, which when I say content, I mean any of the posts that you're giving. Those are going to be things that are either entertaining your audience, or they're educating their audience, or they're bringing value to your audience in some way.
Right. And what kind of content would you create for your personal business for Kinsley's Creative Palette?
Sorry, I had a message that just came through. What kind of content would I do for Kinsley's Creative Palette?
Yeah, what kind of content do you create?
Well, I do a lot of funny content. That's a lot of what I share are either lifestyle type memes, or I will create painting videos or art projects or craft projects. Anything that I think that someone who is my target customer would find valuable. So if it's a 5-minute craft or if it's a new painting technique, those are the types of things that I would share.
Gotcha. So another The profile photo. I meant to talk about this earlier when we were talking about the cover photo. Gretchen said Kara is the master at finding engaging content. Yes, she is. She knows her audience. She has it down, like she has her finger on the pulse of her audience, and she knows what can get them talking. And if you post a dog photo, what happens?
Oh my gosh. If you post a dog photo or anything about the dogs, though, I did a Facebook Live. This is the rabbit trail. I did a Facebook Live a couple days ago, and I have a rescue puppy who joined our family last February, and he was barking through the entire live video. And I was so embarrassed. And I actually had someone say, "Is that your fur baby barking?" And I was like, "Yes, y'all want me to jump off because this is embarrassing and I'm sorry." And it was so funny because everybody told me, "No, stay on, stay on." And I said, "I can post a picture of my puppies later if y'all want to see." And they're like, "Yeah, we want to see." So that night I posted a picture of my puppies and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, they're so adorable." The very next live video I did, people were going, "We saw your picture of your dogs. They're so cute. They're so cute. They're adorable." And it cracked me up. I've got a bunch of pet lovers on my page, which is good because I'm a pet lover and I tend to attract, you attract what you are. So
that's your statement right there. Can we talk about that conversation we had not too long ago?
Yeah. So y'all want to hear? Okay. So we have a friend.
Hold on, pause. We have a couple of people on here live with us. I want you to post in the comments if you've ever had imposter syndrome, where you just look at other people's businesses and you're like, why can't I have that? Why can't I have that? Put a comment in the comments. Raise your hand. Give me something in the comments if that is you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we have a mutual friend, who she does a similar business to what I do, my personal business. And I was talking about how my virtual paint party people, they don't talk much, like in our free group or in the group that I've created. They don't talk much. And Christy stopped me and she goes, "Kara, you're a hermit. Like, you attract hermits." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I kind of am a hermit. Like, I am super talkative with people I know. But if you put me in a group of people I don't know, which these are all people they don't know, like, I'm not going to say a word. I'm not going to say a word. Now, standing in the grocery store line, if I see somebody that looks friendly behind me, I might say hi to them. But for the most part, nope, ain't happening. It's not happening."
So I'm very introverted. So I am not a social butterfly at all. Not a social butterfly. But I kind of the opposite of Kara. Kara can be outgoing with people she knows, and I'm more closed off with people I know. But I can be outgoing and have a big personality with people I don't know. So we are kind of the opposite in that way. But Dana's on here with us. Hey, Dana. She says, "Oh, yes. See, imposter syndrome. It's a thing. Don't stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. If you're going to attract who you are." What Kara just said. Kara's a hermit. We joke about it now. So
I'm out.
Quiet people in her group, and they love her. They send her testimonials all the time. They message her and say how much they love her group, but they don't interact in the group. And she thinks that imposter syndrome can get in your head and make you think that you're not doing good, or your group's not successful. But that's what they really want. They just want to watch you paint, and they want to learn how to paint, and they're okay with not having big, huge interaction in her membership group.
I had somebody in my membership group who actually, I know her. I went to high school with her. We have not spoken since I saw her in high school. Now, I've been out of high school for a hot minute. And she joined my group. She never messaged me beforehand. She just swiped her credit card, so to say, and she joined my group, and she's been in there for over a year now. Well, I rolled out an annual subscription, and I gave away some bonuses. And it was really funny because she signed up for the annual subscription. So she tacked on a whole nother year to her membership. And a couple months later, I sent out a message saying that if your membership was expiring and you wanted to continue, to please message me and I would get you information on how to continue. She messaged me. That's the only time she's ever messaged me.
When she thought you were going to get canceled.
Messaged me and she was like, I'm signed up, right? Like I want to paint with you every month. And I thought, how funny is it that like the quietest member, that signed up for a whole nother year is like, oh, keep me in. But I kept thinking like, she's probably not even painting. Like she never says anything to me. And those are customers that I'm not going to lie, you kind of want to reach out to, but then you kind of don't want to, because you're like, am I going to remind them that they're not painting with me every month and they need to cancel?
So true. So true. Anon's on here. Hey, girlfriend, how are you doing? She says she has lurkers too. I think it's just keep stay in your lane. Just know that what you're doing matters and that people are following you because they want to see you and they want to be with you. So, yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
With the about section, do you want to talk about that? We're talking about, if you're new, just joining us, we are talking about our blueprint to success that we've created. We've kind of talked the last couple of weeks about branding. Today, we're going to talk about Facebook. And the next couple of weeks, we're just going to kind of go over the strategies that we have to help you create a successful and profitable business.
Right.
So we talked earlier in the video about your cover photo and your profile photo and your post. So your about section is kind of the last thing that we're going to talk about tonight.
Right. And what you need to remember, and we talked about this some last week. Well, I think I talked about it in my live. I can't remember because my brain is mush. It was the really weird live.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, brain being mush. You guys, you know what I did today? Do you know what I did today? I went to the grocery store with my husband. We drove 2 separate vehicles. My brain is so mush. Guys, we were in the grocery store for an hour and I forgot to turn my car off. My car was running the entire time we were in there. I locked the door. It's a push button start, so it doesn't require keys. I locked the door, but I left the engine running. Kyle's like, oh, you probably only wasted a little sliver of gas. It's okay.
Oh my goodness. So last week, I went live by myself and I was at the school and I kept getting interrupted. So I think that was the live where I talked a lot about, you really have to nail down who you serve and how you serve them. And basically that is what your about section needs to say. In just a hot second, people need to be able to know why you matter to them. In saying that, what is it that you do for them? Not what do you do? What do you do for them?
Not who you are. They really don't care who you are. They want to know how you're going to benefit me.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And I mean, it sounds kind of cold, but it truly, like, why do I want to follow your Facebook page? Well, is it going to benefit me? If it's not, chances are it's not one I want to follow. Right. Most of the Facebook pages that I follow for content. I follow because their audiences look similar to my audiences. And I need to find content to share. So those are the pages that I consistently follow. What do they do for me? They provide me with content.
Yep. Shannon said, I was just thinking today that I like having affirmations of me doing a good job, but that's just my ego. I may never know all about the ways I influence people. Oh, that's good. That is so good. You have no clue how you're influenced. Like, I follow people that are encouraged. Rachel Hollis is one that I follow. She'll never know who I am. Maybe I should just speak that into truth, that she will one day know who I am. Should I do that?
See, and famous people like that, like how she's become, it doesn't even, not that I don't want to meet Rachel Hollis, I think she's very inspirational, but like, she's just a person like me and you.
I want to be friends with her. Like, I'm not fangirling or anything. She's just so encouraging and so uplifting and so inspiring. I just want her to be in my circle.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm all right. All right. If you were fangirl gushing though, I'm like, I don't know.
No, I don't, I'm like you. I don't fangirl over people. They're just people. They're not, they put their pants on and their underwear on the same way I do.
Right. One leg at a time. Or sometimes if I'm sitting on the bed, 2 legs at a time.
Depends on how fancy you want to get.
Exactly. Okay.
Dana said, that's hard for me to answer. It's hard for me to answer that right now. How do you find out? How do you find out what?
Yeah.
Because the comments are
who do you serve and how do you
who
serve?
you serve. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't know. It depends on what your product and service or whatever it is that you're offering.
I actually know Dana because she lives here in the same town that I do. We need to go meet for coffee. PM me, Dana, and let's go meet for coffee. I would really love to meet with coffee with you. She has an
She
antique.
doesn't drink coffee though. She drinks.
Okay, so let's go meet at Starbucks so I can have a vanilla bean frappe that's just a frozen milkshake.
Okay.
And you can have coffee.
Sorry,
Does that sound good? Does that sound good, Dana? Okay, she has an antique booth here at one of the peddlers malls here, and she redoes furniture somewhere. I don't know where it's in Louisville.
So, so I have an old desk that I really want to use as my computer desk, but it needs a facelift. Why am I going to follow your page? Because I want you to redo it for me. That's how you're serving me. I like how your faux finishes are. I like how you did this other person's desk or this other person's end table, and I really want you to do that for my desk. That's how you serve.
If you're not local, I want you to teach me how to do that.
Right. So it's if it's a product or a service, like that service or product is filling a gap. It's filling a void. It's filling a gap. And it's just like I talked about, and I don't know which group I talked about it in because I think I went live several times last week. But monograms, what does a monogram serve? Well, it serves as my last name on my shirt, and that's important to me. And I want a monogram at all. So that's what your service does for me. It fills that void if I want my monogram on everything. That's why I'm gonna follow you because you put my monogram on everything. Mm-hmm. So I mean, sometimes it can be as simple as that.
You always need to keep it simple because if you start getting too complicated, you've lost people. The 10 seconds that you have their attention, you are way too difficult to follow. I'm not even going there.
That's right. Just tell them, what are you going to do for them? You're going to monogram all their stuff. What am I going to do for them? I'm going to help you paint at home. That's it.
I think I'm about to be.
Oh yeah, I locked my door.
I should have.
I locked my door.
Came out screaming. Gretchen said it's so hard to get people to understand that. People want to know what's in it for them. They don't want to hear all about you. But the sales side of us thinks that we have to prove how great we are.
Right.
That's very true.
Very, very true.
It's a very hard mindset shift to make.
Right.
But when you make it, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's the most important one in business is that you're not in business for yourself. You're in business for your customers.
Yep. It's huge. When you finally shift that thinking, that is a huge game changer in your business. So is there anything else on the Facebook page that you think we should talk about? I don't think so. I think we covered everything. I like to call it your curb appeal on your Facebook page. Your cover photo is your landscape. You want to make sure it's pretty and it draws people's eyes to what you want them to do, which is go through the front door. Your mailbox is your about sections where all the nitty gritty stuff is chilling out. And your cover or your profile picture is your front door. It's what you want people to see. They want to see your beautiful face.
That's right.
We are going to hop off here and we are going to go live in our free group. If you are not in our free group and you would like to be, comment below and I will give you the link to our free group. But we're going to go do a quick Q&A in there and we're going to take a peek at some people's pages or websites or whatever they want us to do. So if you want that link, let me know, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Have a good night.